Good Monday morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to what are we going to call this? Monday's pre-opening bell brief. Going to knock this out because obviously the futures have been just swinging wildly all over the place. I've already sent out 2 texts and 2 emails. I sent out a text and an email alert to all the folks in weekly options, and also sent out a text and an email to folks in our new solo Amazon service. Bottom line up front, folks, I don't care that the Dow futures are now up 126 points. They were down 300 points last night. They're going to be all over the place. Extremely volatile week ahead. We're going to get into the strategic issues in a couple minutes here, but remember, and I'll talk about the Fed in a couple minutes, but even if the Fed jumps in to save capitalism sometime soon, they're not doing anything other than, remember, folks, whenever the market uses the word or sees the word emergency, if Uncle Sammy's using the word emergency, like emergency rate cut, say the word to yourself, but slowly. They're doing it for a reason, ladies and gentlemen. And last time I checked, the Fed cutting interest rates or doing QE ain't curing the 2 coronavirus cases that are in Florida right now. Real quick, at the open, I'm buying with both hands. EWJ. What's EWJ, Wiz? You usually trade EWZ. Yeah, I'm going to pound the hell out of EWZ, which is the Brazilian ETF. EWJ, folks, I'm already hearing, I completely predict 100% certainty that they cancel the Tokyo Olympics at the end of July and August. That's not going to happen, folks. EWJ is the Japanese ETF. I haven't traded that in years. I'm going to pound the hell into the dirt. Apple's not even close to the 200-day moving average. Let's take a look at Apple here. Buying with both hands at the open, the 240 puts. Remember, folks, this is the 50-day moving average. That's the 200-day moving average. Stocks, markets, ETFs do not live between these 2 moving indices. This is why you're going to see massive swings and volatility this week. This is a trading market, folks. So if you're sitting here, if you buy puts with both hands at the open and all of a sudden, I don't know, by 11 a.m., they're all red because the market's rallied, add more. Or trade, you can trade this, folks. And real quick, I'm going to make a special announcement in a couple minutes here because I just got a text confirmation from some folks that I wanted to check with. So stand by for a couple minutes. So what else am I buying at the open? Mountain. What? You've never traded Mountain? No, I haven't. That's Vail Resorts, folks. Mountain is at 212 right now. Guess who is getting on the phone in a couple minutes to cancel their trip in 3 weeks? Me. You think I'm going to Aspen and walking around with a bunch of people coughing? That's not going to happen. Mountain is a $212 stock, folks. Look at the implosion we've seen in Mountain lately. I am buying down here. What did I buy? The 180? I'm looking to buy the 180s or something like that. Vail Resorts is going to implode. The ski areas are going to get hit. They're already getting hit. Northern Italy, the Swiss have closed their country, folks. All right. So just wanted to talk through some of those positions. And Amazon, let's talk about Amazon real quick, even though you might not be in the solo Amazon service. What am I buying? You ready for this? The 1,700 puts. We might see some dead cat bounce here, folks. Look at this. Implosion, dead bat bounce, implosion, dead bat bounce. You think we get a V recovery here? Folks, this market imploded last week on coronavirus being real in other countries. 2 people are dead in America. There's a reported case in New York. I love the idiots who are out there. So the majority, the flu's a lot worse. Really? There's 88, quote, you ready for this, folks, reported cases around the globe. China is full of shit. There's at least 1 million people infected, according to my sources, and my sources I trust with my life. Let's just use what's reported. 88,000 and over, was it 3,001 people dead? I'm a political science major. Let's do the math. That's a 3.5% mortality rate, which is almost double the, quote, normal flu. So let's do math. 8.6 million New Yorkers. That's 172,000 New Yorkers dead. I'm not even talking about America. Do the math for America, folks. It's 11 million Americans dead. And you're going to believe that the futures are green and you're going to buy this market? Be very, very careful trading this week, folks. Here's what I'm going to do. since a lot of people are freaking out right now, folks, I am going to open and I'm taking the rest of these down. Full throttle offensive, defensive, and the monthlies. If you want to get into a full throttle max membership, that's going to be the only thing on this page here in a couple minutes once my techie gets back to me. Why am I doing this? First of all, because a ton of people are begging to get into full throttle max. The reason we limit full throttle folks membership is because I can't have a zoo in our trading room. The couple free briefs I've done lately, I hated. Well, that's rude. No, I hate it as an instructor. Man, I do not want to leave a room with somebody asking a question or confused or whatever, man. I'm a professional. Love helping people. I put the ladder down. I got mine on Wall Street, folks. You know what I'm doing? I'm putting the ladder down to help people. In the military, when you made it to a higher rank or you got to go to Top Gun or something, you put the ladder down, man. You spread the wealth. Wall Street assholes pull the ladder up, man. They step over their own mother to make a dollar. So the only thing I'm going to open, because it'll be, I don't know, there's maybe 10, 15, I don't know, 15, 20 people that want to get into full throttle to add the accelerated retirement portfolio, which was up $380,000 last week. And our weekly debrief that we do every Thursday morning was up WD 149,000 last. The $29.95 annual max Afterburner membership is open. I will open that. I'm taking all the rest of these down, folks. So you can head to go.topgunoptions.com/FT. That stands for full throttle -order. And I'm a market, folks, supply and demand, even though I'm trying to help. Okay, because these monthly prices are definitely going to be going up. So they're going to be gone off the page here. We're not doing another, no kidding, full throttle for the masses until, I don't know, April, May, as usual. But if you want to get on board and see everything we're doing here at Top Gun Options in the full throttle, it's $29.95 for a year. Head to go.topgunoptions.com/FT-order. I would take some of the profits off the table from last week and invest in yourself. Let's get to this. Were coronavirus samples destroyed by China to cover up the outbreak? Yes, absolutely. They knew about this in November, December. This thing is insanity. So people are saying, oh, the infection cases are leveling off in China. Things are looking good over there. No, it's not. First of all, they're lying. And second of all, talking to a buddy in Hong Kong, the reinfection rate is through the roof. So it's like, oh, yay, your symptoms have gone away and you're cured. And then they got it again 2 weeks later, and it's even worse. Do not believe any of this. Why am I getting long EWJ? Like I said, I believe they're going to cancel the Olympics. Ready for this? March Madness. How many college basketball folks do we have out here? You think people in March are going to want to go jump into or be in a big convention center? Not me. I don't think March Madness is going to happen. You ready for this, folks? The left, and brace yourself. If you're sitting down, good, strap yourself in. If you're standing up, sit down. What is the left going to do when the CDC comes out and says, we do not recommend going to polling places in November to vote? You think I'm going to vote somewhere out in public in November if this thing's raging around Florida with people coughing all over the place? Negative. Anybody thinking about the election? I'm already seeing Democrats freaking out about Super 2 or whatever that's coming up. Like low voter turnout, folks. This hasn't even started yet, guys. I'm making this prediction again. I don't care that the futures are up 200 points right now. Every day last week when somebody's like, haha, Wiz, you were wrong, I'm buying this dip, they're wiped out. They don't exist anymore. I got buddies who are whose funds have are over. They're done. Mohamed El-Arian, very smart dude, again said this morning, do not buy these dips. He said it a week and a half ago. I told you that 2 months ago. Here's the big one, folks, and we're going to talk about this at 1 o'clock in weekly options and solo Amazon. When's the big one going to happen? This might be it. Central banks, folks, in the 2008 crisis, central banks stepped in for what? A financial crisis. This is not a financial crisis. This is a pandemic. Central banks stepping in to print money when something is horrific going on does nothing, folks. As a matter of fact, in my opinion, mark this day and date time that I said this, it might make it worse. Goldman Sachs, we see them jumping in the next 2 weeks and cutting rates. I saw the report. JP Morgan, one of them, sees negative interest rates in this country. The president of the United States has been hammering the Fed for 3 years to lower interest rates and do QE. This might be the end of Donald Trump's presidency, and my hands are shaking when I say that. Of course, he's got a bad guy. He can blame China. He can blame the Fed. He can blame everybody. But at the end of the day, this is happening on his watch. Absolute failure out of the president of the United States to bring people back into this country. Do you see the first case in New York is a lady let back in from Iran? Are we fucking stupid? Who in this administration let a lady back into Iran from Iran recently into New York? Am I cynical enough to believe that there are people in this government that would actually do this to stick it to Trump? We'll talk about that over beer, or maybe we won't, because I ain't having a beer with anybody any time recently or soon. As markets fall, ask yourself, is now the time to buy? Absolutely not. Mike Pence yesterday in an interview saying, more or less what Trump said a couple weeks or last Monday, stocks look good here. Nobody knows the future, folks. Don't give me this SARS, Ebola, regular flu shit. This is not it. We did not, no world governments freaked out as bad as we are with SARS or Ebola than we are right now. Ask yourself why. Why with this are governments really, really super freaking out? They're really, really super freaking out because governments know this ain't the normal flu. I've been saying this now for 2 months. This was a biological weapon accidentally released from the Wuhan Level 4 lab. Fact. If this were just some folks, I'm 51. When I was running around with a poopy diaper, was the last time the government forcibly, behind barbed wire and with guns, quarantined Americans. How come with the regular flu, with SARS, with Ebola, we didn't do that? I'm going to stop ranting here because I have a lot of work to do and a lot going on. So, folks, go.topgunoptions.com/FT-order. The only thing you can get into full throttle right now, because I'm trying to be a good wingman here, is the $29.95. I cannot have a zoo in our live trade briefs. And today at 1 o'clock at Weekly Options and Solo, I'm going to crack the whip, folks. If you're asking a question that you can get in the training, or you're doing, or you show up late and you ask a question that I covered, 20 minutes ago, I'm not going to answer it. You're going to have to watch the replay. The rule of thumb here at Top Gun Options is if you're not 15 minutes early to the brief, you're late. So, and I'm not even going to read questions that like that, because usually in the live trade briefs, I read stuff like, hey, dude, you got to watch the replay, or hey, good question about bull put spreads, go watch the training. I'm going to ignore them, folks. I need to focus on people that are motivated and ready to take their trading to the next level and profit off of people's panic, okay? So the only full throttle thing I'm going to open up right now is the annual max, which is what you want to be in anyway. It gives you access to the 4 live trade briefs throughout the week. And obviously our full throttle training. Go.topgunoptions.com/FT-order. Now, the futures are up about 225 points. I'm going to use that opportunity, folks. I'm buying Mountain puts, I'm buying Brazil puts, I'm buying Japan puts, and I'm buying Apple puts. Can anybody tell me with the Fed easing or doing QE, how that's going to keep the Olympics open? The Japanese economy is going to implode, folks. They built all that shit, and now it's not going to be used. They expected, I saw like $25 billion in an addition to their to hit their economy on the good side. They canceled the Olympics, folks. Waste of money and no revenue coming in. Apple, folks, Apple is they. Did you see the Uyghurs? See the report last night that China's forcing Uyghurs to go like build iPhones and shit like that? Where's the Democrats, folks? Donald Trump puts immigrants in concentration camps. China actually puts people in concentration camps. And well, they're being nice. You know what they're doing? They're letting those people out and throwing them into factories like Nike and Apple and forcing them to make shit. They're sending them to their death. So enjoy your iPhone and enjoy your nice Nike shoes made by people who are being forced against their will to build that shit, and they're going to get infected and potentially die. I'm not messing around, folks. Over at the low or high, I'm going to say high point of our positions from last week on Friday, we were up $1.5 million. When I settled my trades and got out of most of them, 1.2-ish, 3-ish. I'm not panicking, folks. I'm sitting here cool, calm, collective, and trading my ass off. And we're printing money. Use any opportunity. So sell the rips, right? If we get an open here that's positive, I'm selling into that. Remember, the Fed hasn't even done anything yet. Buy on the rumor, right? Oh, the Fed's going to step in to save the market. Buy the rumor of the Fed stepping in to save the market, and then sell the hell out of it because it's going to fade. Markets are going to wake up to the fact that the Fed is not the CDC, and they won't be able to do anything. The president's having a meeting today with the pharma companies. That should be fun. His last two press conferences, folks, were nightmares. All right, I got to go because I got to trade the open. All right, have a great rest of your day. Like I said, the only thing that we're going to open for Full Throttle, folks, since there's maybe 10, 15, 20 people that emailed over the weekend begging to get into Full Throttle. Remember, folks, well, I'll just say that. Go.topgunoptions.com/FT-order. Okay, have a great rest of your day. I'll see many of you in weekly options at 1 o'clock or in solo Amazon at 3. God bless, and have a great day trading.